All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our collaboration. Brigitta and me are back with another one. We're excited to do this for you today. So it's going to be a pick a card reading. Basically, you're just going to pick one of the three groups, and we're going to both do our interpretation off of it. So yeah, this is Brigitta. We're probably going to post this video on both of our channels, I'm thinking. Her channel is A9ua Arcana. I'm the mother of tarot. Is there anything you want to say before we get into it?
I just wanted to say, so sometimes where people might find themselves when listening to both of us, maybe you're going to be more drawn to Megan's take. Sometimes you might be more drawn to my take. So please feel free to choose what suits your story. But yeah, and the topic we're doing is why this person is or was in my life. So we're going to try to dive deep and see what's happening behind the surface.
Yes, I'm excited. Okay, so there's one of three groups to pick from. So go ahead and pick one of your groups and meditate. We're going to put the timestamps below in the description box. Once you pick your group, you can meet us at your reading. All right, so group number one, if you pick this group, we have the renewal card. It says regeneration begins with decay. I love these cards. They're so pretty.
I love that.
So I feel like, I guess the first energy I'm getting from this card is, I feel like this person that was or is in your life, it could be someone in the past, it could be someone in your present, has really, I feel like it's been a rough relationship. I feel like it's had its highs and lows. And I feel like there was a lot of growth, a lot of learning, and a lot of self-reflection of the kind of people you want in your life. Because it says regeneration begins with decay. So, decay is like the death card, right, in the tarot. So it's like there was some sort of death and rebirth within this connection, or there could be currently. So I feel like that's the overall energy we're getting. So we'll pull some more cards. And anything that you get from this card?
Sorry, I was tuning into my oracle card that I pulled. So I'm going to let you go with that one.
Okay.
I'll let you read the oracle cards that you have next to you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm getting a message that with this person, with your dynamic, there wasn't great communication. I feel as though you learned a lot, though, about how to communicate. Because the communication was rough, there was a lot of misinterpretations, and I feel like you had very different energies from this person. So I feel like Spirit and your guides were really helping you strengthen your throat chakra, and you almost went through this discomfort to realize that, oh, like, I'm uncomfortable. I have to start speaking differently. I have to start speaking up. I have to defend myself. I need to put myself first and not just bend over to this other person. And I feel like with this person, whether it's current or in the past, I feel like this was a past energy. That's the vibe I'm getting, but it could resonate either way. I feel like you were kind of stuck in the same cycles and same energies, but once you broke free, things started to move faster for you in your spiritual growth. Like, I have the Chariot here in the action card, and I feel like there was just a lot more movement forward into the right direction that was to fulfill your soul. And yeah, I have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So some of you, even if it was a past relationship, there might be some of this person's energy still in your field. I feel like you've moved on from them and you've forgiven them, and you've, even looked at the relationship differently. But sometimes, like, the fourth step I realize is like practicing acceptance in it, like acceptance for what happened, but also for where they're at, that you can't like fix them or help them, that they're on their own path now and their own journey, and they just you have to trust that, you know, they're going to be okay, and you have to just live your life and focus your energy on yourself. Yeah. Because don't you agree? Like, even if we like break up with somebody, or if we move on, we don't text them, we forgive them, you know, if we're still worrying about them, if we're still thinking about them and worrying about them, if there's still a cord there, there's still like an attachment.
For sure. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna include a real life story here. I think other people like hearing that. There was my friend was talking to me, and she was like, listen, I did everything. I did the cord cutting. I did everything, you know, we got with this that's connected to this person, and I can't still seem to, you know, clear my energy from them. And then we talked and talked and talked, and then she said something really important. She was like, you know what, we're not talking for like 3 months, but I'm afraid if this person will reach out, what's going to happen. So I said, listen, you already waiting for this person to reach out. You haven't, even if you cut cords, even if you do everything, if over here you haven't literally said bye to this person, that's why you're afraid when they're gonna show up. If you were so in your power, I don't know, Prince Charming can show up. It doesn't matter what kind of person, no, they were. You would be like, I'm sorry, no, like I'm not in it anymore, like not vibing. So yeah, you know, when you were talking, do you have anything else to add on to this story?
No, I think what you're saying is like, anything that you're getting that adds to that, or anything different?
Yeah, I have a lot to say. That's why I was like,
okay,
you're going to check.
You're good. I'll add more later, but you go for it.
Great. So when you were talking, I pulled cards, and oof, guys, what an energy. We started with, I said, hey, why is this person in your life? It seems like for a lot of people, this person has crossed your path. And I think some people might have misunderstood this connection at the very beginning, but that was meant to be. You had to somehow trick yourself into this connection and think that maybe it was something than it really was, something else that it really was. And a lot of people, I'm feeling, for pile number one, might have taken a lot of power from this connection. So we started with karmic relationships here, which popped up. It says Orient energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict, right? So that's the card that popped up at first. Then we have the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life expression. And that's what I want to talk about. This card, as well as Orenda card, which says honor your mystical creative force. So I feel like for a lot of people, what happened right after this connection, or maybe during it, they suddenly have uncovered some kind of talent. Maybe they were more in tune with their own femininity, their own moon intuition, or feminine energy in their life. I don't know how this connection navigating them towards that, but it seems like this connection led people to focus more on self-care, as well as their own intuitive gifts and abilities, with the Empress and the High Priestess here. So it seems like this connection was here to somehow elevate people's abilities and show them what they truly worth, and show them where they want to go. There's one more group of people. It seems like some people started questioning, listen, what kind of connection do I really want? And is that I'm getting a sexual pull, like almost like a magnet towards this person? Is it something that is actually good for me, you know, or I feel like I need to focus on something else? Yes, it's very alluring. There's a lot of red color all over this read. There's a lot of passion here. And I think some people might have mistaken this intense magnetic pull for something that was very high, intense, you know, energy that with this person. And it can happen sometimes. I've seen it happening many times where people misjudge connections like that. Chemistry is very alluring and pulling, and sometimes you can think, oh my god, this is such a soulful connection. It's amazing. But really, your brain is tricking you. So maybe for some people, that's exactly what happened with the Two of Swords here. This person's eyes are completely white. They're like, I can't see. I don't know what it is. Because the King of Cups is probably the person who they were with. He's standing in the cold. So yeah, I have all the emotion, all the warmth, but I'm standing in the cold. It's kind of cold out here, you know, around me. Now, what I'm also picking up, I think a lot of people might have started taking interest in spirituality a bit more with the priestess here, or started finding answers about how it actually is and how these spiritual connections work and which one is which. It seems like pile number one people might be focused right now on taking it easy, and that would be an advice. Take it easy, rejuvenate if you haven't already with the Four of Swords, and work on building what it is that you really want to build for yourself. Three of Pentacles and a 10 of Pentacles here. You're building your own heritage. And it seems like a lot of you are in really powerful place here. One more message for other group of people. I'm sorry, I'm just jumping here.
Okay.
This person had to teach you something that's to do with either formalities, either some kind of legalities I'm seeing, and maybe that's something that you were not really good at before, but it seems like there's something that this person is good at where you maybe were not, and they inspired you to learn a bit more of this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all that I'm getting for pile number one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love that. That made sense. And it's funny when you were talking about that artistic expression, you know, kind of coming into your spiritual gifts, and I had the Queen of Swords and it says the painter. And so I was thinking that like there was some sort of artistic expression that was coming through, and then we have the swords energy, and I think about like you had to like cut this person out of your life to be able to freely express yourself in like a safe space. And yeah, and then I got the Let It Go card. And I like how there's two hummingbirds, because I feel like they're saying, like Spirit's saying, to let this connection completely go, to practice within your meditation, that, you know, accepting that it's over completely. And because there's this new energy trying to come in, because I did get the Knight of Cups. So it could be in the form of a friendship or romantic, but some new energy is trying to come in, because once we completely cut cords with somebody, then we allow space in our field for new beautiful energies to come in. And so this is just confirmation that, and I feel like a lot of people deep down like know that they need to you know, be done with it, but you know, there's some maybe doubts, like, well, maybe this person is my twin flame, or maybe this person, you know, but deep down I think intuitively, you know, so it's just really trust that intuition and trust like what's in your heart space.
Yeah, and it feels like with this card, a lot of people are already watching this person go away over there. You know, they just like, I'm here, and they're there, and now is the time of, you know, self-care. So yeah, that's actually good. I like that. And I like how you brought up that Queen of Swords, which is a really creative Queen of Swords, right? I've never seen it anywhere else, like portrayed like that. So, you know, music and art comes from hurt in a way, or, you know, sad feelings. So I'd say maybe some people want to start creating something and put it out there. That can be an amazing project that will come out of this.
Yeah. Channel that pain, channel that experience. You know, that's how we grow from even further and find more clarity. You know, I find so much clarity through my artistic expression. And through joy and all of that. So it's, yeah, that's really beautiful. I love that. Cool. Should we pull more cards? Should we move on to the next group? How do we feel?
I don't know. I feel like I said everything. I feel like maybe we should peek into the next person that this pile might be with, to end it on a fun and exciting note.
I like that. I did get the King of Swords, which I wasn't sure what this energy was, but I thought it might be part of this Knight of Cups. But we'll clarify.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say very quickly, until I forget. If one group of people thinks that there can be better sex or attraction to anyone else, they are wrong because I have the devil reversed. Saying, hey, you can't have that. You got to let go of this devil, you know. But I'm picking up the devil here not as a negative card, more like a sexual attraction. And it seems like some people would be like, I would never have it like that, or I'd never feel this attraction.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got the first card that came out for me was the 10 of Cups. So I feel like whoever you are supposed to end up with is going to just bring so much fulfillment, more than you could even realize that you could get from somebody. I feel like they're going to like blow your mind. And these next few cards, I feel like when you first meet them, you're not going to know that right away. Like it might be like a slow build, or there's not going to be like an immense amount of clarity. It's not going to be like, oh, that's the person I'm supposed to be with. It might be like, is it? I don't know. Or we're just friends and it's for a purpose. But I was just feeling that energy too.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. As you are talking, I pulled the 7 of Coins. But I must say here, for pile number 1, I would truly give it time with the next person, because I'm picking up that some people might go for the same pattern. Because next to the devil reversed, I pulled the Magician. I don't like these two together ever. And then we have the Knight of Wands that's looking towards that way. So I'd say truly decide what you want, because maybe some people just want great sex. This is not, you know, not something that's bad, but if you're looking for a long term, I'd say take it slow with the 7 of Coins the next time. Because if you do, next to it, we have the 9 of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment. So maybe some people want to write down what kind of qualities, values they want next person to have. And that way you can ground your thoughts and wishes. And when you write it down, you look at it, you know, the next day and you're like, whoa, you know, I didn't think that it's that deep for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I love that because I just pulled right next to my 10 of Cups, I pulled expect a miracle. And it says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. And next to that, I got compassion. It says, release judgments of yourself and others. So it's like you're releasing some of this energy, this like toxic energy towards yourself. Maybe some like frustration or some shame you put on yourself. And this could be subconscious, but something like that. And when you work on that more and just give yourself a lot of compassion, I feel like this new energy is going to come in. And I really feel like, I mean, I've noticed this within my life, is that when I really start to love myself for exactly who I am, even my flaws, and I just send a lot of compassion towards myself, then I start to like good people. Like I start to be attracted. Like, you know how girls are like, oh, I don't like him, he's too nice. Or like, you know, he's too good, or he's too boring. Well, that's because you don't completely love yourself. When you completely love yourself, you like the nice guy. You like it changes. And I noticed that in my life. I'm like, oh, like as soon as I started to really love myself, I liked all these good men. I'm like, I wouldn't have liked you a year ago. I would have only wanted, you know, a hot 6-pack and a, you know, whatever. But it's true. Your perception and your taste will change the more you focus on yourself and work on yourself.
And I wanted to talk about the boring part. That's something that I've done in the past. I'm like, oh, you know, like I got in a relationship with this person, and it became so boring. Why? Because first of all, I wouldn't put my 100% in to be spontaneous in relationship and to do all those things. So I was kind of like, okay, so you have to somehow entertain me, right? I would still try to do it, but not as much as I did it with friends. And I'm like, listen, this is part of your problem. This person, yes, personality wise, that's why we split, because we were not meant to be together. But I could have had so much more fun if I actually put a bit more effort into being the person that I want to have, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that boring part is partly our own problem too, right? So it's not all the time. Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's your perception of what a relationship should be. Like we see how relationships should be based off of our parents and our, you know, our peers, and then like society and movies. So we're like, oh, this is how it is. So if you don't give me this excitement or this adrenaline or drama or whatever, then it's not gonna work. And so we have to change those beliefs. We have to practice that awareness and be like, oh, this is just a made up belief in my head. And like,
yeah,
then you can, once you're aware of it, you can start to just release that. And yeah, because I had all kinds of those perceptions. Like, it's good to have high expectations, but you have to be careful with not, seeing the difference between the high expectations and the false perceptions or the false beliefs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start pulling cards for numbers 2, unless you have anything else to say.
No, we'll leave it at that. Thanks, group number 1. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know if you like this collaboration, and we will see you next time. All right. So group number 2.
Oh, God. So what's going on here?
So you pick this oracle card. It says emptied. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Isn't that a beautiful card?
It is. I'm looking at her root chakra.
Yeah. Me too. So the purpose of this connection. I feel good about this connection. I don't know. She seems so like relaxed. I feel like this connection is to teach you how to feel safe, feel connected to the earth, and feel more relaxed in your own body. Because look at this forest almost looks kind of creepy. Like it's like, kind of sunset, and she's just laying there like, I don't have any fears in the world.
Yeah. Exactly. I like this.
Oh, I like this. It's so pretty. I've had this deck, but I don't think I've seen this card yet, so I'm excited. Okay, I'll pull some more. But yeah, I feel like this is really a very healing connection.
For sure.
When I got the Knight of Cups. Look at that.
Oh, this is sweet.
And I got the 3 of Cups. So for some of you that this is romantic, for some of you this is friendship, but for some of you this is the first romantic partnership where you feel like they're your best friend. So it could be different for everybody watching. But I love that.
Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of earthly energy here, and it's very calming and very sweet.
I love that. Oh, true love. Look at that. It's like, I feel for this group that you've really come to really love yourself. And because of that, these supportive connections are coming in to like help further your growth and I feel like maybe they're not, with this Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel like maybe they're not the typical people. Like if it's a relationship, maybe it's not the typical person you're attracted to. If it's a friendship, maybe it's not someone you'd typically be friends with. It might be like that too. But I got this milestone card, and it has all these trophies and awards. And I'm also getting the energy that for some of you, like for another group of you, that this might be a person coming. The purpose of this is like future. Yeah. Like it might be something you feel intuitively is coming soon, or you think about it a lot, or maybe you're getting signs that there's some sort of like good connection coming. Maybe in the description we'll have to put like, what is the purpose of this connection, past, present, or future? Like we're all over the board. Ooh, I like this card. This one says, be bold, make the first move. Oh, so you might have to make the first move, group number 2, when you meet this person. I feel like that just confirms that it's a future person right there. I don't know. Or maybe it's somebody that you like that you're scared to say something.
Yeah, it's or the viewers or the person actually. It seems a bit like, someone is not used to something here. It's the first time I'm hearing this happened to me that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Feels foreign, like a foreign feeling. Yeah, and this card says, nothing is set in stone. I think that's so funny. I love when the cards just keep confirming, you know, like this hasn't happened yet, or it's gonna happen, or.
This is interesting. I don't see. I'm picking up different decks as well for this pile. It's like it's very unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like changes are coming soon. I feel like there's gonna be like some movement in your life.
For sure.
Because, like, I'm getting that energy too. And then I have healing the heart.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of deep healing going on for this group in their heart space. Maybe this group deals with like anxiety too, I'm thinking, or it's almost like you're anticipating something. That's kind of what the energy I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? I'm good. I think I'm good for now. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what you started with, you said this person makes you feel, you said either safe or secure. And that's exactly what kind of feeling I'm getting here. I think for a lot of people, so I'm going to stick with as if this person was in their life already. So some of you guys remember this is someone coming. So people translate, the story, what suits you. But it seems like this person somehow took half of their burdens and difficulties and made them feel like they don't have to go at life alone. That's what kind of energy I'm getting here. And it seems like this person taught some people here how we can both bring qualities that are very precious to us. And almost like I'm seeing, two little lights. And there is our viewers holding a light and that person that they're talking about, right? And they put it together and it's like, whoa, look what we have. But it seems like a lot of people around the time they met or around the time that they are going to meet this person, there's going to be a drastic, massive change in life for them. And everything will start moving for the better. I'm seeing some kind of a trip or some kind of a journey that they might be taking. I have a couple of cards talk about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person has inspired other people to learn and to seek for what it is that they're really good at. Like some kind of motivation is coming through here. Listen, like someone would tell you, hey, you're really good at this. Why don't you do that? And if someone else told you that, maybe you wouldn't believe it. But because this person said it, you're like, wow, actually, maybe I'm going to aim for the highest. And this is a very inspirational type of connection. There's something very unexpected happening here. Either some people went for a massive shift, massive, I'm seeing a distraction. My old life is no more with me. So I don't know if people moved or people want to move here and to leave certain things behind. It seems like something was dragging for too long and this person came into their life and changed things up completely, but not for them, but kind of push them a little bit. That's all that you needed, guys. Pile number 2. And then bang, you have this massive explosion. And for some people, I still, from this deck, from the Magic of You Oracle, I have the Witch card. It says the magic you seek inside of you is inside of you, let it flow. Maybe some people started, getting interested or have some kind of ability come up, or maybe this person was the one who holds some kind of spiritual ability or gift, as they like to say that. But it's almost like you'd meet someone who's so strong and who is so intelligent and who's so passionate about life, and they somehow give that part to you, and you're like, oh my God, thanks so much. So there's a lot of that grateful energy that I'm feeling here for pile number 2. And I think some people might have suddenly wanted to change things around really quickly in their life, or to step into something that they never thought they would. You know, so a lot of the unexpected energy that I'm feeling here is just very like, wow, look at this.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I have another message coming through too. But like, you know how sometimes when we read for people, there's like one pile that really resonates with us. Like, do you feel like that when you read, when you do pick a card, like one of your piles really resonates? This one is like describing my relationship to a T. So when you were talking, I just kept smiling. So I was like, yep, 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 yeah. And then the other message, and I like to share that because I think it, you know, it just shows how strong of a connection we have with our viewers. And I think that's really beautiful. But with this Queen of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse, I'm getting this energy that even though like this person makes you feel safe or makes you feel, you know, it has this different energy, you know, and it's really beautiful, you're still dealing with some fears of completely opening up and communicating certain things because in your past you weren't able to. So it's really, really hard to, you know, completely open up, or you feel like you're being judged or you're not, you know, and it's not that you're being judged by the person, but you're just, you have this anxious feeling about like losing this connection, or like, you know, letting, you know, having it go away because it's so good. It's like this fear. And just to know that you can be completely open and honest, and it's not going to change the dynamic. It will actually bring you two stronger together. So just to be aware of that when you feel like hesitant to share or to express some things that you weren't able to in the past with previous friendships or relationships, that this dynamic is safe and different, and you're able to do that.
For sure. I don't even want to elaborate on this pile because it's just like, I don't even know why people are watching this reading, but
yeah. Well, I think, you know, I think for this one, I think the energy of this person is like, they know it's good, they know it's amazing, but I think they're healing some of their past fears right now of rejection.
Yeah, I think it's from both sides.
They're completely opening up. Yeah. And it's just like, well, this is scary. Like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, or, you know, there's just like doubts coming through.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're good. You're good. You're going to be great. You're going to be great.
All right.
So thank you, pile number 2. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed this collaboration. Comment down below if this resonated and what you think of it. And we will see you guys next time.
I'm so glad you are doing all that YouTube stuff. I'm like, okay, bye, next.
Yeah. See ya. On to the next one. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, pile number 3. So if you picked, I like the imagery on this card. This says radical self-love. We can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves.
That's what we talked about in one of the piles, right?
Yeah. Self-love. I think it makes sense though, because a lot of the reasons of like past connections are to bring us closer to ourselves. Like, you know, that's, I mean, the thing that I've learned, and I talked about this, I don't know if you watched my latest YouTube video, but I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited about it. It's about,
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
What is it about?
It says, this new realization blew my mind. The title's kind of dramatic, but I really felt like that. Like, I was like, this blows my mind. And it's kind of about how we attract people into our lives, like friendships or relationships, or even, you know, co-workers, and the way that they treat us, the way they talk to us, the way they treat us is how we treat ourselves. And it's how we talk to ourselves, right? And our inner child. And like, the reason these people are in our life is to magnify this energy, to like bring it to our attention so our bodies will heal. It's like we actually attract people in our life that are mean to us to heal ourselves. Like, it's a self-healing thing. So I kind of break it down like that, explaining examples, and then I talk about like how to use like this energy for your benefit. So when somebody treats you bad, how to use that, and how to like write lists. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like it was a good like step-by-step kind of talking about that, because we all know that the you know, our reality is a reflection of our inner world. But I think when you break it down specifically in detail, it really helps people to work with that energy and practice more awareness, to be more aware of it, and changing their dialogue. And I kind of talk about that. So
for sure.
Yeah. I liked it. You can tell I was excited during the video too, because I was kind of talking too fast, but I think it's all turned out. It's good. So you'll have to let me know what you think.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Okay, for this group, I'm getting the energy that this connection is more of a friendship or a coworker versus romance. I don't know what you're getting, but it's like this.
A lot of work.
What's that?
Work.
Is that what you're getting? Yeah, that makes sense. So I got the 3 of Pentacles, and I'm like, yeah. And I feel like this was a really toxic person. Like maybe seemed really fun and like had the energy that they were good for you or nice to you, but there was like deception. Like there were 2 sides to this person. Like that's what I'm feeling. Like maybe you kind of let them lead and decide what you were going to do, and you just kind of followed them, and it kind of got you into trouble and took you down the wrong path. Or like maybe you partied with them after work or something like that. Or maybe they deceived you in the workplace, but they act really nice to you. And I'm getting this message that Spirit was trying to get you to stand up for yourself and be more of a leader that you naturally are, and lead in your light versus following the crowd. And you learned that, like, okay, if I want to make better friends or better coworkers or start a business, I need to be a leader and shine my light, because it's powerful and people need that more. And I feel like this person is still, I feel like this is a present connection.
Yeah, it does seem like it's still ongoing.
Yeah. And I feel like the person watching, like group number 3, I feel like that you need to get away, but you're so loving and so kind that you feel like you'll be mean, or you feel like, oh, I can help this person, or like you're always making excuses, and not, you're trying to be nice and you're trying to be a good person, but Spirit's like, no, like it's time to move on from this person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do I need to talk? Okay.
You go.
So the energy that I'm getting here from people that are watching, I keep hearing enough is enough. And then there's a bit of anger. So it seems like this connection had to happen so that pile number 3 would start to put themselves first. See, it's good to be a good human, but not to let anyone cut you. It seems like, the energy that I'm getting here, would it be a boss? Would it be, I don't know, even a romantic partner? Would it be a friend? It seems like pile number 3 was given too much, and they thought maybe that they are doing a good thing. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. And by that, the more they did it, the more the spirit, whichever energy, the work with ancestors got. I'm actually feeling, ancestors and spirit guys face palming themselves, saying, you did it again, you gave too much again. We're trying to teach you a lesson. Put yourself first. This is not a bad thing. So if I had to describe the situation, that would be a boss who kept, pushing and pushing and pushing a person, and they knew that they could give them like 10 times more tasks, and that viewer would still do it. They would try their best because they're such good people. And that's why I keep hearing enough is enough. Now, why you had to be in a situation like this or similar where you gave too much is to actually recognize how much you can take. And then you can take this power of yours and the ability and invest in something that is of your own here. the Eight of Coins as well as the Man of Coins, I would say, guys, it doesn't seem like you belong in a company, or you're probably striving to be entrepreneurs or be independent here. And that's exactly why things were happening that way for you. To actually let go of a situation that is met, and to know that you have more options. Because what you can create, pile number 3, is something that is actually beautiful. I think you're not dreaming. You need to kind of, I'm hearing, level up your visions and dreams and your goals, because you can actually achieve anything that you want. But maybe it comes back to family, and someone was constantly put down and said, you're not enough. And therefore, that reflects in current relationships. So it seems like this connection is almost like a reminder of what needs to be dealt with and how much power these people have. And I keep hearing, I'm not going to beg anymore. So I don't know who said that, but it seems like maybe someone tried to overpower this group of people, or someone tried to, you know what I'm getting? Like, it's, oh, this is intense. Almost like, you know what narcissists would do, and I don't like to use that word unless I really feel like it, where they would take away your identity, and then you don't know who you are anymore. And then you're like, oh my God, this is actually me who's the problem. I'm doing this wrong and I'm doing that wrong. And then you end up being in this situation where, it's all stress and fear, but you still keep on giving, right? And you don't think you deserve anything. This card is the unexpected reward in reverse. And you're like, I don't even know where I stand. I don't know who I am anymore. So it seems like for pile number 3, you are being asked to put yourself first. And I can't stress this enough. And I think a lot of people have realized that. And when I looked at the Hangman here, it seems like I keep hearing sentences for pile number 3. I have been stripped naked, That's what I'm picking up with this hermit over here. Yeah. Almost like someone took away almost everything. They had to stand their ground and fight back. But maybe at one point they were not as strong. And this is a big, big learning experience. We ended the reading with strength. So it seems like a lot of people are on track already here. And the fortune will turn. A lot of realizations with the Ace of Swords here too. Oh my God, a light bulb moment. This is so delusional, I'm hearing. Why was it like that? So sorry, had to put it out there. This is intense.
That was good. That was good. And I heard also, like, when you were saying that, I was hearing the message of you're learning the difference between giving love and giving away your power. Because I feel like with this person, you gave them a lot of your power, but you thought that was love, but it was your power. And now you're learning. Yeah. Spirit's teaching you how to take it back, take your power back, because when you're an empath and you're very loving and you're open, it's easy to get those two mixed up. Like, oh, I'm just giving them love, but really you're just giving them all your power, and then you become drained and you become kind of lost in your own identity.
Yeah, for sure.
And I got 2 more cards I just wanted to talk about. And well, a few more, and then we'll wrap up this reading. But I got the Coyote Spirit, Trust in Divine Detours, which makes a lot of sense, because I feel like, the spirit animal's working with you to take you in a different direction in life, to like start your own business or do something like that. And then we have the Grasshopper Spirit, which says take a leap of faith. So, taking a leap of faith in yourself and your abilities and your power. And then I got bring love into the situation. So even though you're trying to take your power back, you can still do it in a very loving way. It doesn't have to be done in an aggressive way. It can be done with a lot of love and compassion. And it's just about being open to that.
Compassion. Compassion for others.
Oh, I love that. That's funny. Yeah. Because I think sometimes people think like, oh, if I have to cut this person out of my life, or if I have to do this or that, I'm going to have to be mean, and I don't want to be mean. And there's ways to do it nicely. There is, with compassion.
And I think a lot of people are learning how to be alone but not lonely,
Yeah.
This is a big, big learning type of, there's so much it seems like they're still going to be going through. Self-care. Yeah, self-love. Here you go.
Yeah, well, this was the first card we pulled, and I feel like, this looks like this wise woman, and I feel like you're wise beyond your years, group number 3, and all of this that you've been through is just giving you so much wisdom to share one day, or to do. Something's gonna happen with everything that you're learning. You're gonna turn this pain, this experience, to this, into a powerful energy for yourself and for other people.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like when I pull a couple of cards, almost like advice, messages from spirit.
Okay.
Okay, wow. It says we have a mutually beneficial venture. I love having this card. And it says there is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. It seems like people have changed their perception of what kind of partnerships they're looking for at work and in their personal life. And it's just almost like this pile is eye-opening. This connection was eye-opening in many, many ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Okay. And then we have look beyond the surface as well as empower yourself. So it makes sense. It says tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. So people know that. It seems like they just need to start believing it more in pile number 3.
Definitely. Yeah, I just pulled this transformation card. It shows all these butterflies, and it says you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So even if you're in some discomfort right now, I'm dropping cards, know that this is all for the benefit of you. It is working out in your favor, even though it might not completely feel like it. And this question just came through. This deck has questions on it, and it says, what if it isn't true? And I feel like the people that are watching this might be questioning what we're saying. Like, well, what if you're not right? Or what if it's, and this is like spirit saying, like, no, this is it. So if anybody asked that question in their head while watching it, like, what if this isn't true? Or what if this isn't right? Like, what if they're wrong? This is just confirmation. It says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it isn't true? Okay, so that's another way of looking at it. Like, what all these doubts, like, what are these doubts that you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not good enough? These aren't true. Like, they're all just these false beliefs that, like you said earlier, that you've picked up from maybe your parents that, didn't give you that kind of encouragement or belief in yourself when you were younger that you needed to really be this independent leader that you're destined to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so it's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth?
Yeah. Lies that we tell ourselves a lot of times.
Yeah, there's a lot of those I had to get rid of to be able to even start my business. I'm sure you did too. I don't know. When I started my tarot business and I started doing something completely different and wanting to help people, the beliefs that I had, the lies I had, was that I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't connected enough. I was too sensitive to be able to help people. I'm not good at explaining myself, or like, I need a job where that's, more, like a consistent revenue more than a risk-taking job. That would be too stressful for me. Like, I had all these beliefs that I had to challenge, and I was able to like release them. They still come back a little bit here and there, but for the most part, they don't keep me stuck anymore.
Yeah, and it's all from the past. For me, it was a bit different. I know what kind of situation you're talking about. I think it's connected to your father, right? I remember those stories that you told me. For me, it was, I didn't have that. And yes, I will see, for me, when it comes to projects, I don't know how that happened or how I picked that up, but somehow I never really cared what other people told me, when it comes to my abilities, because I had it in my core. I can do anything that I want. Watch me type of situation.
Yeah.
And it can be coming through my mom. She would never like force me to go to school. She would never force me to do things that I didn't want to do, but it's because she saw that I'm responsible, right? So if obviously I was, a party girl back then, she would probably had to do something about it. But I'm my own problem. In this tarot journey, there was one point when I'm like, I want to see everything clearly. I'm not seeing things clearly enough. Almost like, I want to see a person. I want to see in blueprint. I want to see everything, karmic connections. I want to see what's their problem in their health. I want to see through life in them. And my literally my standard for myself is right up there. I don't even know if people do that, if because we have different abilities in different types of work. If someone has it all, and at one point I was like, what are you talking about? You're channeling, you're doing mediumship, you're doing this and that, and messages are really strong, but sometimes I'm my own enemy, where I'm like, I need to do more. Like, I'm bored of this. I need to like be the best of the best in this, and this is not okay. So that's when I stop and I'm like, why you like this? Why we like this?
Yes. I think there's a lot of reasons, and I think a huge reason, besides where we've been brought up and our parents, it's culture and it's society.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly how it is where you live, but in the States, there's pressure from everybody. I feel it. It's just like, work hard, don't sleep, like drink coffee, eat fast food. I don't have time to meal prep. Like, sleep is for the dead, and it's just so messed up. Like, it's so messed up. But those comments and those beliefs are so normalized. And so, you grow up in that society, and I think I feel like everybody feels that at times, that I need to do more, or I need to prove myself in this world, because you see people on social media and they're, there's kids that are 8 years old that are like winning Nobel Prizes, and it makes you feel like this big, and you're like, I can't even get out of bed today. And this person, is working on solving world peace. Like, it makes you question, where you're at. But we have to remember not to let that, eat at us and take away from where we're at. And I think it's just having that constant awareness and just practicing acceptance and a lot of compassion towards yourself. I have to do like little pep talks with myself, which really help, where when I start to feel that frustration, or I experience like anxiety in my chest, because it's like I'm putting pressure on myself, and it feels weighted, and I know what I'm doing, and I have to go, okay, no, Megan, you're doing amazing. Let's look at these accomplishments. Let's give you a round of applause. Like, you're doing great. It's almost kind of cheesy, but for me, it helps, because I'm like, oh yeah, I am doing great. And I've come so far in my life. I mean, I used to be very chronically ill. I used to be in super abusive partnerships. Like, I used to be very weak, very insecure, couldn't even put myself on a camera, like anything like this. And I have to kind of take a look at that, as well as just practicing acceptance in what I'm doing, and say, no, that is enough. It might not feel like enough because of society, but it is enough. It is enough.
Yeah. And it's also really good to surround yourself with people who remind you that. It actually happened recently when I was like, I went to my friend, and I was like, we were drinking coffee, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't done much this week. I wanted to do so much more. And she's like, you always say that you don't do enough, And I'm like, yeah, because I have my lazy days. And then I'm like, if we were not procrastinating, Brigitte, we could have done more. And then she's like, I want to remind you that, listen, you're amazing at painting. You're amazing at arts and crafts. You do tarot. You're a medium. You are this and that. You graduated architecture. What else do you want from yourself? And I'm like, yeah, thank you. That's all I needed, So sometimes when someone else tells you that, it's so much more powerful than you keep reminding yourself that. And just surround yourself with people who remind you things like this. If you need.
I have my spirit guides coming through strong lately in my life with this, to just slow down, because last week I had a super productive week, and I wanted to, I'm going to get up every morning and I'm going to work 6 hours a day on my business. I'm going to do this and that. And so they told me, they were like, no, you're not ready for that yet. You're not ready for that yet. Like you're stressing still, you're still clearing some things, like you'll get there, but you're not ready for that yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm trusting that they're right. And it feels right intuitively. It's not just like, it feels right for me that I need to do that, but it's hard for me because slowing down even more makes me feel way even more behind. But sometimes we have to completely like slow down to the extreme to get us balanced out again, to get to that like good medium.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So thank you guys, pile number 3. I hope you listened all the way.
I know. We just kept going. I felt like we could have just talked for another hour with this group.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe someone picked something, I don't know, encouraging up from this chat. But yeah, we're going to publish this on both channels, and we hope you have a great week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Comment below. Let us know what you thought of this collaboration. And any more ideas you guys have for pick-a-cards, you're always welcome to share those as well. And we'll see you both next time. Bye.
Bye.